Okay, we'll let markets settle down, see what they want to do for a minute. See what goes. Yeah, that X trade, no, that's doing nothing. SCMI, TLT, EEM. So we'll just see where their markets are at. Hey, what's up there, Brother Will? So I'm just kind of seeing where their markets are at. And then, yeah, you can see that XSP trade. That's a dead trade so far. So far, it's a dead trade. I'm not giving up on it just yet. If XSP does go down, I'm gonna take some more risk off the table, which is that's all I care about. If I could take risk off the table, cool deal. So minimize the losses. That's what it's all about. But we're gonna wait and see here, and kind of let markets do what they do. Outside of that, let's see. That was my directional Donald Trump trade. The directional Donald Trump trade. So we'll see what goes. And we'll see if we could get in some of those other ones that didn't get filled yesterday. Remember, it's inventory. So SPX is basically flat. We're at 6,000. Flat. Bonds, barely down 0.5%. Flat. Fear, basically flat. I mean, it's up 1%, but I mean, come on, 19 cents. When this thing's been moving like, $2 and whatnot, because of the Trump effect. The average in the last 20 days is like $2.60 in the last 9 days. Again, Trump, the Trump effect. It is what it is. But we'll see if we can get some more trades on here. Again, it's flat, so it's not going to necessarily be a really easy pickings for trades. So I'm going to see if I can get in the ones that I was looking for yesterday because of the overvalued nature of their markets. Bitcoin, the whole 9 yards, just been on a tear. So I want to see if I could capitalize on a little bit of downside. I mean, if you look at the Bitcoin, it's just on a no end up. Now it's down. Oh, it's nice. It's down like $1,000, but this thing has been going up like $5,000. 60. Some of the stocks were 67%. It's just, and I don't know if you get the Tasty Trade letter, the cherry picks. The cherry picks is one I get, and Tom Preston. I really dig a lot of their analysis. Even though I mean it's not like I use it as the holy grail. It's just I dig analysis that I could use. I really, really dig it. And Tom Preston always has something good that you can use. I mean, always has it. And so I've been kind of digging that lately for the last several months. And he had some good commentary out today in terms of their Bitcoin environment. Although I wouldn't trade it, because again, I make my own decisions. It's just some really cool ideas. And then every Tuesday and Thursday, if you want to just see what other folks do, Tony Batista always has something good every Tuesday and Thursday. Every Sunday, Dan and Mark have stuff that's good. Every Monday and Wednesday, Don and Brandon have something that's really, really good in terms of ideas. Really, really good ideas. Bitcoin down, less than 2%. That's nothing. This thing's been rocking like, 10%, almost 20% in the last couple of days. So a 2% drop in Bitcoin just means some folks are taking, it's going to go to 100. I think it almost got to 90 yesterday night. Was it 90, I think? Yeah, the high was 90,000. That's like pure, I mean, look at the speculation. That's meme stock stuff. Not saying that this will end up like a meme stock. I'm just saying I'm going to take advantage of things when they start to start to gravitate. So, anyways, yeah. So we're at this. We're up basically flat for the whole day. So I'm gonna wait for their markets to vacillate back and forth and do what they want to do first, and then we're gonna look at those trades from yesterday that didn't get filled yet, or didn't get filled, and see if we got another chance to get it filled. We'll see if it'll get us in. Because you know me, I'm all about trying to take advantage. All about it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm always looking for the next opportunity that I can find out of this. Which ones did we have? Because we already looked at the inventory. Let's go to the inventory that did not get filled. ARK. Let's go ahead and put ARK back up there. Let's just see where ARK is. And see if we could get back if there's a trade there. Because I don't know if there's still a trade in ARK. Because there's a good chance that ARK is just going to continue going straight through the roof. I was watching Brandon. I got to hand it to him over there at Theo. He made a lot of good points. Yet, I just want to take advantage of, in the next month of seeing ARK probably fall. It's still on the table. It's still on the table. Mid price. We're off of the mid price, so I'm gonna still put it on. ARK is still going up a little bit. So the more and more it goes up, the cheaper it should get for us. So I'm gonna reload ARK and see if we could do that. See if we could get into that trade. Let's see, what was the other one? Riot was the other one. And we got the spiders. Let's see what the spiders before we go to Riot. See what happens with spiders. Yeah, so spiders, I was smart to sit because I tried to get it in at 118 yesterday, and it never filled. Because I'm taking advantage of the fact that spiders, you have them up. It's hit the 6,000 mark, or the 600 mark on spiders. So what I'm looking at is I want to go in cheap. So I'm gonna go in 116, and I'll see if they'll let me in. 14, 15, 16. I'll even go down a little because markets are still trying to figure it out. And I don't like taking spider trades this early when the markets are trying to figure out what they want to do. They're seriously, they're trying to figure it out. The higher this goes, the cheaper the price. So if this thing stays around the 6,000 mark or goes a little higher, then this should get cheaper. As you see, the price is going up on us. So I'm just going to wait and sit on this, on the spiders, see if I could still get in at that cost, that cheap cost. The only thing is, let's see how far we are on the mountain. Okay, let's get our mountain up there. Okay. Analysis. Okay. So if this thing could get toward that mountain, every day you're making about $6 a day. As it falls, each point of volatility that goes up, you make $16. So every day that goes by, the volatility goes in. So you make $6 every day that volatility gets higher. And that's what I'm trying to take advantage of. That X trade, man, that is going everywhere. The volatility is still up on X. Let's see what we got on that inventory right there. Because remember, that was let's see, what are our deltas? Let's see what our deltas are. Yeah, we're only 3 deltas long in that. So that's not really Yeah, we're right in the middle of the mountain. So I'm gonna just sit. That's a volatility play. So I'm gonna just sit. I'm not gonna get scared on that. That's pure volatility. It's making the X trade scared because we're on the mountain. We're not, our deltas are not crazy. We're only 3 deltas long. Yesterday we were like 3 deltas short, so we're just hanging around that mountain. If you see the Vega, the volatility, and the gamma, that's what's really, if it moves a point either way, then it amplifies, what our deltas are, whether it moves up or down a dollar. So I'm gonna just sit on that X trade for a minute. The XSP, that's a dead trade. Let's see what else we got. Okay, what was the other in our inventory? We had spiders. We're holding on to that Riot and SMH. SMH I don't care as much about because that was just one of those. I wonder if. Let's go to Riot. That's our second Bitcoin trade. And for me, I'm a complete contrarian. Everything I do is a contrarian. If somebody says something, I do the opposite. Only because the juice is worth the squeeze when you're a contrarian. It is when you're not going. You're going against. The crowd. You get more juice because when the crowd is wrong, you get paid more by the crowd. And the squeeze is very small. You're not paying a lot for the squeeze, and that's why I do a lot of contrarian trades because the squeeze is really really cheap, and you're getting a gang load of juice with that. Let's see what's happening with this. We got what do we got here? Okay, 14. It's still yet, we're not getting a lot of credit for this. As this thing starts moving against us, we could get more credit. In other words, when it starts moving down, then we get more credit. And it's down 7%. So Riot is definitely, that's a Bitcoin stock. And that might be just taking profit off the table. That's all. Taking profit off the table. My thing is I want to get right in the middle of that wheelhouse right there. And I'm trying to get it. Look at that 22 credit. Look at the credits are going crazy. This is just crazy. Down about 8%. Look at that. Now we're starting to get the kind of credit I'm looking for. Okay. That with this, yeah, I like this. We're going to see if we can get more credit. That means this should be falling toward our wheelhouse. And I'll see if Riot will be nice to us. We'll get into there. Because all I care about is if it gets in here before expiration, because the 12th put right there, our deltas have changed. So we're definitely higher in delta. It's now we've got a 58% chance of this thing getting down and hitting us. Before we only had a I think it was like a 32% chance. Now it's 54, which means it's definitely getting closer enough for me to not feel good about this. Hold on for one sec. You know what? I'm gonna move. I want my deltas a little further away because it could get there any second. So we're gonna just go 1. So that way, that gives you a 42% chance. Okay, but I want more credit. That's the only thing. Because between 12 credit and 35, it means this thing is volatile. So I'm gonna go ahead and do something ridiculous and see how much credit I could get. Because I want to move. You know what? I wanted to make this safer, but making it safer, the trade I had, even if I move those deltas, it's not really giving me a lot in terms of the difference in buying power. Okay, so this is an 86 buying power. With this, yeah, it is. Okay, so it's a little better. Buying power, because it's 86 to make 114 buying power. And that's even with if I try to increase credits. So 83 to make 117. Whereas if I move this down a little bit to give myself a little more room, instead of a 59% chance, now we got a 42% chance this will get touched. But look at the buying power. I don't like that. Buying power goes up too much. I mean, options are efficient, but god dang it. 96, 104. I'm paying for moving these strikes out, moving the deltas out so it doesn't get touched. I'm paying to the point where I'm not getting much credit. So you're not getting paid for the privilege. You are getting, when I say paid for, you're not getting a lot of credit. You are getting away from the fear from the judge. Remember, that line is the judge, that's the courtroom. But the thing is it's costing too much to get away from that judge. So I think I like it where I had it. Again, their markets are moving everywhere this morning. So in terms of the Bitcoin, so 86, I do want more credit. Look at that. See, the credit is all over the place right now. Okay, I'm just going to do something ridiculous and have it right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one in because I'm trying to see if it'll give me all this credit, as much credit as it can. I seriously doubt it, but it is what it is. I'm just going to put it in a crazy order to see if it will get filled. Chances are it won't. But we're going to try it anyways, just to see if they love us. So anyways, we looked at markets, looked at inventory, put on trades that didn't work. SMH, I'm going to sit on my hands on because I'm not seeing a spike in volatility where I could get into that SMH trade. Because that was more of a, it's an income driven trade because it was an iron condor. So it is income driven. Problem being, even though it is income driven and it's a condor and the whole 9 yards, I'd rather be in a position where there's more tech stocks and everything else selling off big time to where I could go ahead and put on that trade because it is tech, it's semiconductor. And I would rather markets collapse to give me more, again, getting paid for it. If we look at NASDAQ, it's only down 0.2%. Like, this is nothing. It's basically flat. It's not something I want to see. If you look at Russell, RUT. Russell's barely down. It's flat. So there's not really a lot going on. I mean, markets are basically flat this morning. So I'm going to just sit on my hands and see what goes. For new trades, we'll see if there's any income. Ivy rank, pull our Ivy rank up. Okay, what next gen? I've never traded that. Next gen energy. I won't say it's a penny stock, but chances are there was. I remember there was no liquidity there. Yeah, there's no liquidity. If I went into January, there's nothing. Yeah, November, nothing. Yeah, next gen. It has it on the high option volume. Oh wait, that's 2025. I'm sorry. It has high option volume. It must be something that's happening. Somebody made a play on it. 15th. Yeah, I don't know why they have that. It is what it is. But yeah, I've never traded next gen. Let's see. Tesla. I don't like Tesla. The volatility went up even further than the trade we were looking at yesterday. Nikola. Okay. That's the penny stock. Coin. I'm not going to deal with that because that's the same thing as doing Bitcoin and doing Riot or Mara or one of these other ones. I already got a butterfly, a counter trend butterfly on that. MicroStrategy is a very expensive stock. Again, that's like doing SMH. It did go up in volatility. It's like major high volatility. Does that mean I thought all earnings were done with everything? I'm almost sure nobody else has earnings anymore. Yeah. So something's up with MicroStrategy. Let's just see what's up with it. But there's something that's going on. But that's like doing SMH. That's a tech stock. Trump trade loses steam. Why does the Trump trade lose? Okay, again from Donald Trump return. DJT, Tesla, crypto related companies. And just the case of momentum. Yeah, DJT. I think DJT is doing good. Okay, MicroStrategies might be because the Bitcoin is starting to fall. Yeah. Bitcoin development company. Yeah. Okay. Development of Bitcoin network. So yeah, that makes sense. Let's just see what it looks like on a chart. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's gone up actually. Why is the volatility? I guess it's trading like a commodity trade because volatility is through the roof. 22% volatility. I mean, it's some MicroStrategies. Usually, when volatility goes up, markets go down. But if I were to do this, what kind of risk could you put on? Well, of course, I look at everything I look at through the eyes of a strangle. 38 days doesn't give you enough time. January gives you 66 days. That's plenty of time with a $300 stock. Go to our 16 Delta, which is well within the expected move. Because they expect this thing to move $132. And the 16 Delta is well within it. Very interesting. Usually it's outside. So this means this thing definitely has risks. They're looking at upside movement. Because look at how far. You have to get way out here. And that's 19 to the 700 in order. And this is as close as delta neutral as we can get. Let's see if we could go 19 deltas on each. We're well within the expected move. Look at this. Again, the delta curve. If you look at the delta curve, look at how much on the upside. Basically, it's damn near unlimited to the upside in terms of damn near unlimited. Damn near unlimited to the upside. It's so skewed, to this. It's so skewed. There's literally, again, the higher it goes up, the faster you lose cash, or the more you lose cash, the higher it goes up. So let's go back to see where the skew, the pricing skew. So if I go, and usually folks will do $10 either way, $10 out, $10 in. So if I go 345, go 10 strikes down, 335. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 15, 8, 9, 10 to the 3, excuse me. So that's trading at 43.10. We go 10 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is 49. So yeah, or 52. So it's definitely, let's look at the implied. We're at 122 over there, 114 there. So yeah, the skew is, they believe this market's going to go through the roof. Let's look at volume. Look at all the contracts. Let's go. The contracts, we could go delta to use the volume. We go to let's see, the volume on the 19 deltas is 167. The volume on the 19 deltas down are 0. Look, there's almost no volume on the downside. It's like the entire market is looking at MicroStrategies just to go through the roof. And the volatility is kind of supporting, usually the volatility is the opposite, but I guess it's so volatile. There's so much upside, hopes for this. In other words, Bitcoin, i.e. Donald Trump, i.e. Elon Musk, Cathie Wood, the whole 9 yards, that they're pricing in Trump's presidency to just, move everything to the upside. That's what they're just pricing it in. That the whole world is going up. That Donald Trump and anything that has to do with Elon Musk, Bitcoin, now that they're talking about deregulation or taking regulations off of the Bitcoin industry, that's totally bullish. totally upside. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, my shoulders were killing me today. I'm wondering if that's just because of the I mean, I've been working out. I was doing muscle ups the other day. 2 days ago was my muscle up day, and I do a lot of muscle ups. Then I'll do the muscle up negatives. A lot of It was definitely a tearing up my shoulders. So if we were to do this trade, we'd be getting $4 of a five. They call the Tasty Trade calls these chicken condors. You got a 61% probability of profit. 68, actually, it's 70% that you're going to make 50% of this trade. You're damn near over half the debit. So there's a lot of juice in this. Max loss 603, max profit 397. There's juice forever in this trade. That's because you're so far within the expected move on the downside because there's so much upside skew. I mean, this is definitely a trade that if one were to take it, they would have to have some really nice sized balls. Because looking at the skewing, you are close to delta neutral. But if you look at that delta skew, let's take a look at that delta skew if we can. Okay, I can't. Why can't I move that? Interesting. Damn. I mean, there's like nothing but upside. There's no strikes there. I mean, that's weird. I mean, it's like the delta skew to the upside. I mean, yeah, this thing is volatile all over the place. Let's see. If we were to go to the downside, if this thing were to crash the next day, you'd be down like $300. And then how much would you have to pay for it? That $10 strike. You went down. Let's see. Yeah, you would definitely be increasing your buying power by quite a bit, by like damn near 700, increasing your buying power. You would, let's see, in terms of credit, you wouldn't be getting much more credit though. You wouldn't be getting a lot of credit for that. Let's see, 680. Yeah. I mean, well, you'd get $200 in credit. So no, it's not as bad as I thought. Buying power definitely would go up significantly. You'd only be getting $200 for that because of the buying power. But yeah, this just tells you they think that this thing is going to hit the roof. It's going to go. I mean, look at where, even though these are neutral deltas, close to delta neutral, the thing is the mountain. He's so far off the mountain because of the delta skew, because of the volatility and the price skewing. That, I mean, it's just that even though that these are the 68 percentile, or not 68, these are closer to 20 deltas. You're very close delta wise. I mean, this is definitely a trade for the brave. If you think that MicroStrategies is going to go up and just continue to go up, then you'll be doing okay. If you think it's going to go down, again, there's going to be a lot of adjusting that individuals are going to have to think about to adjust for for this thing going down. So yeah, that's an interesting trade. Well, we'll sit and wait. Let me see what else. There's Delta, Vale. I've never traded that. Delta Airlines. Like I said, I've been having good luck with airlines the last year. So let's take a look at Delta going through the roof. It's just continually go up, but volatility is up a little bit. It's kind of up in the higher points of the volatility, definitely. It's not in the lower points. This thing can easily move $2 or $3.60 easily. Again, that's the Trump effect. So let's take a look at Delta from the look of a strangle. Income. Delta. So we'll go 19 deltas on Delta. It's showing you there's definitely some skew. At the other expected move, look, you're at 26 deltas at that expected move. Outside of that, it's 12 deltas, and that's it. So if we were to do this, even at that 12 deltas, 141 of 651 is not a lot. That's not enough. 213 of 651 is just kind of close. They're thinking this thing can move $5 or $6. Let's say $6. Although it can move $6 against you, remember this thing can move 360 a day easily. You do have an 81% chance of making 50% of that. 60% chance you're going to make at least a dollar or a penny or more. If we did this, we would be, let's see, yeah, see, we can't even adjust these deltas to make it more delta neutral. So clearly, the granularity is not there. For the strikes, the granularity, but the delta granularity, it goes from 25 to 12, 29 to 20. So, we're definitely playing with fire, without a doubt. I mean, we could do this and put it down to 13 deltas, which is much safer. Got an 89% chance here. $94 and $6.36. You're just not getting paid for it. You're not getting paid for it. This would be it's a little scarier, but it would be the more logical thing. You're getting paid double for less, for basically around the same buying power. You're getting paid double. Because if I did this right here, let's just wait and see what our buying power is. 636 buying power. We're only getting that. But just for like 30 cents or for $30 more buying power that we're going to use up, we're getting over double the amount of credit. I don't mind that. We're definitely not good in terms of we're not better. Like it was 89%, now it's only 83. So I kind of like this. But I like this at $2.20. I like this, no, $2.17, 16, 17. I'm going to be a dick for a tick. Why? Because this thing can move. And if we do that, let's take a look at the mountain. I don't mind this. Again, this thing can move $3 on you. But you're getting paid $7 a day to hold it. If, to stay in this trade. Getting paid $7. And the thing is, let's see where the risk is at. It looks kind of equal. I mean, it's not as bad. 180 over there to 90. Oh, wait. This thing can easily dump on you. So you're getting, the higher it goes, the more you lose. The lower it goes, the faster you lose. So, it is what it is. Efficiency of options. Let's take a look at, let's say we're at the 57.570 strike. What would happen in a week? 182, 2 weeks, 142. So, we'd be okay. And again, look at that. That market's moving. 57.570, 215, and we were 215 by 220. Now it's 215 by 226. So yeah, I mean, it's still moving. I mean, when I see those prices move like that, I just got a market that's, that's trying to figure it out where it wants to go. The mountain. Let's go back to the mountain. See what it would be like if we had to adjust strikes. If the world went against us and it fell down, we'd have to move this. So we'd move from here, 630, about 63 buying power, 212. If it went against us, we'd get $50 of credit, $60 of credit, and our buying power would go up by like over $100. It would go up by over $100. So, we wouldn't be getting paid a lot because of the fact that we'd have to move our strikes. If it went up to the upside, 663, and if it went up to the upside, we would definitely be, say we went up to, let's see, 57.5. Say we had to put it to 60. But here we'd be getting $60. The buying power went up even more. It'd get worse for us if we had to do that. But that's the first thing I look at, is just to see what would happen if I have to adjust it. We are 4 deltas long. Yeah, and there's no way to change that because there's no real delta granularity. It's just that it is what it is. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and sit on this trade because I kind of like it. It's one that I have to monitor. I can't just let it sit because it's gonna move. It's gonna move around quite a bit, and I'm gonna have to really deal with those deltas because delta is definitely gonna move around. But if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna get paid for it. See, the natural price was at 130 at one time. That's crazy. That's crazy. So I'm gonna keep it up there just because I want to get paid for it. If it's gonna get crazy, pay me. Not to say it'll hit that price, but I just want to see what would happen if. Who knows? Delta, let's see if there's anything else. I already got the stuff I'm buying, which is SPX. That's my buying. That's my directional play. Buying volatility, SPX. Yeah, it's just barely down. It's kind of flat. So it looked like it wants to go down, and I want to be a part of it. And I'm not talking about crashing, just going down. And I would love to be part of that going down this. Let's go back to SPY. We already got the VIX trade, and that's counter trend. But I want that calendar. Okay, 124 debit. Okay, so it's going up in price. It was like what, 117? That means I want it cheaper because there's a good chance this thing will end up. It'll end up going up at the end of the day, which is what I want. I want this market to go up because at the end of the day, if it goes up and I could get filled in this, and where's that calendar? We're at the 190. Let's see. Where's our deltas on that? The 190 or 590, excuse me. What is that? It's got a 58% chance that it'll touch that going to the downside. A lot of contracts at the 590 contract, but it's got a 58% chance that it will at least touch it before, let's see, November 29th. And that's the one we're buying. The one we're selling, that's what we really should look at, is the one we're selling. We're doing that. Let's see, 29th, the 20th. Let's look at the one we're selling. They say that this thing has a 48% chance of hitting that. So I don't mind that. That's right on the expected move. I don't mind this trade, this SPY trade. So we got a working order in there. If this market could come down and fill us, even though we're well off the mid price, I don't mind trying it. I do not mind trying doing something that crazy. The X trade, yeah, that's vacillating back and forth, so I'm not going to worry about that. ARK Invest, look at that. It's only a 5-cent credit, which means it's losing. It's not. It should be. Yeah. So it's going up. So it's going away from us. Remember, it was down quite a bit. Now it's up 0.24%. Riot was another one that was down like 7%. Now it's going back up. It started falling, but it's basically flat. So we'll see if these things can fall. The SMCI, I'm not going to freak on. I'm going to sit on my hands. We're 4 deltas long on that. So that's something to make sure that, we want to keep an eye on that strangle. SMCI. So we got inventory on and we got new trades on. Yeah, so see, we're going a little bit off the mountain. I'm not going to freak too much on it, but I'm going to keep my eye on this one, the SMCI, because it could easily go to the upside. So I got to be prepared for that by moving strikes to get that credit back. So anyways, it gives you kind of an idea of what I'm looking at. We got some trades on to see, I got the prices well at, my limit prices are well off the, well away from them. But again, it's early, market's moving around. We still got about maybe another 20 minutes before things start to really settle down, and I can move those strikes kind of closer to the market, or move my prices, not the strikes, but I can move what I'm looking for, what I'm buying and selling, closer to where the market is trading, because I'm limited way out just to see, if markets are still volatile and they might feel me. So if they move, once they do that, and I'll give it another 20, 30 minutes, we'll see what happens there. Anyways, Hotep there, Brother Will.